You mean? Yeah. What y'all talking about? It's real quiet in this job. It's real. Kobe, you was talking all that the other day. I was like, I ain't even post the episode because I knew you was talking that BS. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just wait until after the game, and we gonna post this, John. How you doing, bro? But first, what's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles, and you're listening to Real Talk and Miles Johnson, where you know we always keep it real. Fly Eagles fly, baby. You already know where it is. 8-1, best team in the league. I was at the game. You know, I'm with my fellow Cowboys fans, fellow Cowboys supporters, my Morales brothers. Y'all know who Kobe is, go ahead and follow him on the gram, all that. Kobe Scales Media. We got another newcomer. And with this Eagles versus Cowboys game, I gotta have my man Rece on here. Go ahead, show him some love. What's good, Rece? Welcome to Real Talk with MJ. I'm sorry for that beatdown we had to give y'all.
Man, that happens to the best of us, man. But we're gonna move forward with this, man. It's how it goes. It's how the game goes sometimes.
Yo, what should I'm gonna ask first, what's y'all's immediate thoughts or takeaways? Matter of fact, what's y'all immediate takeaways after the game? Kobe, then Rece. I'm gonna follow up.
I feel better than I did before, honestly. I'm gonna keep it so tough. It sounds crazy. But if we going by the metric that the media has given, that the Eagles are the best team in the league and this, that, and the third, like, I feel way better than I did before. Because if y'all are really the standard, if y'all are truly the standard, like, nobody had the Cowboys as being the standard before this week. Right? Nobody had the Cowboys as being a standard before this week. So if y'all are truly the standard and that's how we played y'all in week 8, cool. What do you always say? We haven't played our best ball yet. We still not playing our best ball. If we continue to climb,
you just start playing your best ball. You 5-3 out this show. Like, what you talking about?
Is there a way
I can say that? I think this is what I say. I say we haven't played our best ball yet, and we have the best record in the league. I can say that. You can't say that, bro.
But is there a way that we don't? But my thing is this: is there a way that we don't make the playoffs? I don't believe that.
No, like, y'all make the playoffs. Y'all make the playoffs. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like it's really like what you're. I get what you're trying to say, but like is there a way that we don't make the playoffs? No. And if y'all are the standard, and this is how we played y'all in week 8, and we haven't played our best ball, that's what I'm getting at. You feel what I'm talking about? So it's like if we keep going up, right, and y'all are likely to get the number 1 seed in the NFC. Whoever 2, 3, 4, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, if this is how we played y'all, I'm not worried about whoever, you know what I'm saying? Because at this rate, who has the next best records in the NFC? Like the Lions and somebody else? Like,
I think it'll be. And me and Rece was talking about this before we got on, but the Lions is most likely they're gonna have the second seed.
Yeah,
it's gonna look good. They're gonna have like 13-12 wins. That's because they're playing scrubs.
Nobody.
The Bears.
Playing nobody.
They're in a weak division. They're playing nobody.
It's just like the Vikings last season.
That's my whole point right there. Is like if we you know what I'm saying, keep climbing, like there's no way we don't make the playoffs. And if we go in with a little bit of a lower seed, which I don't think we will, because I don't think we lose to too many teams after this. Like, I don't see us losing too much after this, honestly. Who we got? We got y'all again. Like, I think, and I'm on record saying we're gonna split the series anyway. So I think
y'all got Giants. Yeah, y'all got Giants, Panthers, Commanders, Seahawks, then us December 10th.
Yeah. I don't see us losing too many after this. Maybe we drop one to I don't know. Do we drop Buffalo? I don't even. And honestly,
y'all should beat the Dolphins, bro.
Yeah,
the Dolphins are not good, bro.
Bro,
I say they're not good, bro.
where when we and that's the thing about it is like if we play well enough, by the time we get to playing them in week 16, like how much are we fighting for? How much are we fighting for? If we because we don't play the Dolphins until week 16. And honestly, I don't know how they gonna shake out the rest of the season. They losing recently. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm not too concerned. I actually feel a little bit better. Because we didn't win, but I feel like we can drop this thing down to a couple plays where we're like, okay, if we didn't do this, if we didn't do that, like we win.
All right, Rece.
I feel exactly the same way as Kobe, man. I'm not worried at all. I feel completely better about the season, looking into the playoffs for sure. As Kobe said, like it wasn't a lot of things major that lost us this game. It was a lot of small stuff we can look back in the game. And if we would have just changed like a couple of them little small things, who knows, we probably could have come out with a victory. Another thing I love out this game is that Dak Prescott, first of all, he played out of his mind this game. He was ridiculous. I know we're gonna talk about Dak Prescott a little bit later, but he played out of his mind. CeeDee Lamb, they're doing exactly what I say to do with him every single week. Feed this man the ball. There's a graphic going around. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it shows Dak's QBR compared to when he throws to CeeDee Lamb and when he throws to everybody else on his team. And it is way better than when he throws to CeeDee Lamb than to his other players. So I don't understand why it's taking us until these big games to keep feeding CD and keep giving him the ball, but we need to do more of that. Obviously, he's good for it. He put up 190 yards. So, defensively, I feel a little bit better. We stopped the run up a lot better than what I assumed that we did, especially going from that 49ers game.
Wait, hold on.
You got the W. So
Okay. We're not going. Okay. All right. For sure. Just make sure you didn't want to talk about it.
But we did stop.
We did better than y'all on that.
A lot better than what I expected. One of my keys to the game was we need to slow down this run game because the Eagles is built to burn clock, run us out, get weared out, and kind of just win the game like that. We was able to stop the run a lot. I knew we wasn't gonna be able to silence AJ Brown, but just slow him down a little bit because he been going crazy. We did a real good job on that. But yeah, it was a winnable game, so I'm not too mad about this game, to be honest with you. We lost, tough loss, but winnable game, so I'm not too mad.
Look, my takeaways in the beginning, I mean, for the Eagles, it's always this. It's either our offense is clicking and the defense is struggling in the first half, or it's vice versa. The defense is getting stops and the offense can't get nothing. So I would love to see a full game where the offense and defense are clicking on all cylinders for the whole entire, for all 4 quarters. But for whatever reason, we do best defensively when we make adjustments in the second half. And then, so defense was better in the second half. However, what it looked like in that first half, Dak Prescott was out here. He was looking like Mahomes out there. I ain't gonna lie. I was legitimately scared that Dak Prescott would would go ahead and win this game. Like we was out here. It was 3rd and longs. Y'all had a 4th down. I think like a 4th and 3. Each play after play, Dak Prescott was making it. So he got my respect in terms of, you talk about how the Cowboys stopped the Eagles run. We stopped the Cowboys run. They couldn't even get 75 yards, 75 total yards. But that's why Dak Prescott gets my respect, because with his running game not even surpassing 75 total yards, it was on him. And he flat out showed out 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's the biggest thing that I be on about Dak. You be turning over the ball. You be giving it to the other team. So he got my respect on that. On the Eagles side of it, I love what I saw offensively. Jalen Hurts, no turnovers. And he was spreading the ball around. Again, it wasn't one guy that went off in like AJ Brown, but Dallas Goedert, before he got injured, he was getting some touches. Even DeAndre Swift, he was getting some touches. Obviously, Devontae Smith, that bro, he be throwing dots out there too. He be throwing dots out there, bro. Hurts be throwing dots out that John. Like people really gotta start like putting some respect on his accuracy as a quarterback. And obviously, AJ Brown, he's gonna do what he gotta do. And I think defensively too, the defensive line continues to bail us out, and they come in clutch when needed. Josh Sweat, and shout out Brandon Graham, who's old as you know what. I remember back in high school when I was rooting for the Eagles in 2017 in that Super Bowl run. Brandon Graham was putting in work, and he's still putting in work. This is probably his last season as an Eagle, and he's still showing why he should be a Hall of Famer. So I feel good about, what we did. It's obviously some stuff to tweak on, but I can go out here and say the Eagles have still not played their best ball. So when they play their best ball, it's going to be a sight to see. So we got to buy a week just to retool some things, get this defense right. But I feel good. I want to shift it to something else right now. Really about Dak. And, he went off 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, over 300 yards passing. He was snapping today. So where would you rank Dak Prescott amongst the best quarterbacks in the game?
I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings, man. I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings. I ain't gonna lie. In my eyes, he top 10 right now in this moment. I'm gonna tell you the quarterbacks I got ahead of him, no doubt. I got Mahomes over him for sure. I got Burrow over him for sure. I'm not gonna lie. At this moment, right now, I got CJ Stroud over him right now. I have Hurts over him. I have Lamar over him. I have Herbert over him. And I have Josh Allen over him. Now, here's what I will say. Quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Tua, Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, Trevor Lawrence. I can make an argument that Dak is playing better this season right now. Josh Allen, if you really look at it, plays the same type of football Dak does. Turnover sometimes. He's very turnover prone. But when he's on, he's on. He's red hot when he's on. So I can make a case and an argument to say Dak is playing better than those quarterbacks that I listed. So in my eyes, I think Dak Prescott is top 10 for sure. I'm not hearing Brock Purdy, though. I'm not hearing Brock Purdy no more. I'm not hearing.
What about? I would say Trevor, but I'll let you go, Coop.
That list was okay. I'm taking who did you have? I'm taking Herbert out of that list.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at
I'm taking Herbert out of that list. Everybody else is like, okay, cool, whatever. Dak is top 10. We honestly, this is an episode for Rece, honestly, because like these things that we about to talk about, like me and Miles talk about every week. But like I'm on record like arguing that Dak is top 10. Like every week we argue this. Dak is top 10. I'm not changing my stance on that. Honestly, like if you want to, you probably after today can take a few more quarterbacks out of that list that you said are better than him, right? Like so give or take, Dak is not even give or take, Dak is top 10. You can give or take a few of those quarterbacks out of that list though.
I can really, if I'm being for real, like I understand Tua is getting all this MVP hype and stuff, but if we're being completely honest, bro, you give anybody Tyreek Hill, they can be MVP caliber quarterback. If we're being completely honest.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not high on Tua.
I am not too high on Tua. I'm not too high on Jared Goff, especially after that Ravens game. Not too high on him. I told everybody I can't hear that Brock Purdy noise no more. I can't. After them last 3 games, I can't do it. We all get on Dak for turning the ball over. Brock Purdy, I don't know what's been going on with him, but if he's doing all this stuff right now, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. So to me, he's for sure top 10. I don't think it's a lot of quarterbacks I can argue for sure, but he's top 10, no doubt.
I would say, all right, Mahomes, Hurts, Lamar, Trevor. I say Josh Allen. I wouldn't say Herbert yet. Nah, I'm not high on Herbert.
And I'm not big on
5. I would say I ain't gonna lie. I'm saying I'd I would rather have CJ Stroud. I don't care what nobody say.
I ain't gonna lie. CJ Stroud is like
Um,
it's like that. I ain't gonna fake.
um, yeah, you probably. I still got. I'm gonna still have. Although I'm not as confident as I used to be, and Kobe's he gonna get mad. So I got Brock Purdy.
Man.
Bro, like I don't know how you I
I
don't
still got
Hey,
Brock Purdy.
like there's
You
no
can't be a prisoner of the moment. You can't be a prisoner. My man went 10-0 in his first starts. You feel me?
I mean,
Beat
ain't
Dak
that
head to head twice. Play better than him back to back twice. You feel me? But now that that's 7 people, I'm thinking. I think I probably said Joe Burrow. Oh yeah, Joe Burrow 8. Yeah, so he probably he 9-10. And the only problem with Dak is like you said, Reese, when he's on, he's on. Since since really since that 49ers game, like he's been on, but it's like you have those games where you're not on. When he's not on, he's
it looks
really bad. His
yeah,
Dax lows is very, very, very,
yeah,
very low. But again, I'll give him credit that he has virtually no running game this year. Y'all definitely miss Zeke Elliott for sure. Tony Pollard is not that guy. People need to stop it. He's not that guy.
he's not, but
Not
I'm
that
not
guy.
mad. I'm not mad at TP for today, bro.
we gonna get into that. I got some
He's
things
not
to get
that.
Yeah.
He's
off
not that
about
guy.
that. I got some things to get off my chest about that.
But also another thing too. Uh, we'll go on the defensive side, then we'll go back to the offense. But who's better, the Eagles defense or the Cowboys defense? Because I heard a lot of stuff about after the first 2 games of the season, this Cowboys team, they got the best defense in the league. They done shut out the Giants. The Giants are terrible. They done blow out the Jets or whatever. I was hearing a lot of stuff about this Cowboys defense. But people would say, oh, this Eagles team is torchable, all that. So I just find it funny that, like, with this Eagles defense, oh, the secondary is trash. But what do? We hold Tyreek Hill to under 100 receiving yards and virtually stop that Dolphins team to 10 points offensively that entire game. The only other than that, it was like that pick 6 that they got. But I'm saying I feel like this Eagles team defensively is better, and primarily because of how elite our defensive line is. You have so many guys, from Josh Sweat, who's underrated, from Hassan Reddick, from Brandon Graham, that he can turn it on when he needs to Fletcher Cox, he can pick his spots, to a guy in Nolan Smith, we can pop in there for a play or two. He's going to play more snaps come playoff time. But I just feel like we got so many, and did I mentioned Jalen Carter yet? I did not. So my voice about to go ahead and die out on this jump, but I guess y'all can make y'all case as to why the Cowboys defense is better, or if you think the Eagles defense is better. But Kobe, what you think?
I mean, I'll give y'all the nod. But I think everything that we said was still true. Like, we did prove that y'all are a torchable defense. Like, I don't know that there's any way around the fact that we proved that y'all are still a torchable defense. Like, we almost had 200-yard pass catchers on y'all. CD damn near had 200 yards. He had 191, and Jake Ferguson had 91 yards. I said Brandon Cooks was gonna have the big day. It messed around and ended up being Jake Ferguson. So y'all are still torchable, yeah. And honestly, like y'all's like you said, y'all's defensive line makes up for a lot of that, for a lot of that slack that y'all secondary has right now. Your defensive line saved the day, but like we talked about on what was that, Thursday or Friday, that when we recorded, we didn't post it, but we still proved that y'all are a torchable defense, and y'all had a great game. Don't get me wrong, y'all had a great game against Miami, but back-to-back weeks y'all have let quarterbacks go for over 350 on y'all, right? Like Dak went for over 350 on y'all today. He had 374. I don't remember the exact number that Sam Howell had last week, but like he went over 350 on y'all. You know what I'm saying? So like y'all do have an elite defense, yeah, but I would say more so y'all have an elite defensive line that wreaks a lot of havoc, and they show up. That's the biggest thing about y'all's defense. Not even about y'all's defense. The biggest thing about y'all's defensive line is they show up when y'all need them most. They show up when they're needed most. They show up when like it's like, hey man, this thing looks ugly right now.
No,
I don't know.
right.
I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they show up when it's like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to hold up. Because quite honestly, bro, I know you was nervous watching that jump. Because it was.
I ain't gonna lie. Let me tell you. So me and my pop, and I'm gonna make this like a reel or so. But me and my pop, we taking pictures, and it's some like Eagles fans that like was trolling my pop. So they was taking pictures with him, pointing at the scoreboard. So it's like it's like 50 seconds left, or like maybe like just over a minute in the game. So like we're thinking, all right, there's no way, we will. Matter of fact, we
Everybody
had the
ready to
ball.
wrap it up and go home.
Matter of fact, we had the ball, but I forgot. I guess we forgot that y'all had 3 timeouts. So y'all burnt each timeout. I'm like, all right, they're about to punt the ball. I'm like, all right, ain't no way Dak about to get a touchdown with no timeouts. And then what happens? They get bailed out, penalty after penalty after penalty. Some BS PI calls, but hey, all right, cool.
But that's the thing. Cool. That's not it. But those aren't BS calls though. Bradbury has to turn his head. He has to get his head around. He has to get his head around. He's in Michael Gallup's stomach and chest. He has to get his head around. That's a real pass interference. That's not no like ticky-tack call. That's a real pass interference. A torchable play because he didn't get his head around. It's torchable. You feel what I'm talking about? So then after that, we get another play. I think it was CD who makes another big catch on the out route. Torchable play.
You missing that Hassan Reddick penalty, that roughing the passer. That was an actual penalty.
Yeah.
That already threw the ball. And he want to come in
by accident, my man. Dude, he didn't mean to do that.
They don't mean it. I can put the face mask by accident.
Yeah.
It's a flag still.
But that's the penalty, right? And then, but nonetheless, the play is CD catches the ball on the out route for another 20 yards, another torchable play, right? Then you have then Jalen. I think it was what's his name? Smith jumps my boy from UGA.
Kobe.
Jalen Carter. Yeah, he jumps off sides. So like, you know what I'm saying? If that was crazy. But my point is if your defensive line doesn't bail you out right there, if Dak gets a chance to put the ball in the air, it's probably a touchdown. Like I'm keeping it so tall. I have that much faith in the way that Dak played today. If Dak had the opportunity to put the ball in the air,
that was within 5 yards of the end
zone? Yeah. On the 10-yard line. I think we was on the 11 actually. The penalty put us on the 11 because we had a false start or something like that. If Dak gets the opportunity to put the ball in the air though, like I truly believe it goes for a touchdown, right? Like
defensive line came and saved the day. Best needed. But also the secondary doesn't get enough credit with Reed Blankenship stopping who is it? Bro, what's it? Start with the S. Bro.
That was Shoemaker.
Yeah, he stopped him. That's the telltale of the game. It wasn't any turnovers nobody turned over the ball. It was some penalties that but it all kind of evened out because we had some stupid penalties. Y'all had some stupid penalties early on in the game. What it really is that the Cowboys did not convert in the red zone as much as the Eagles converted in the red zone. Every single time we cashed in. If y'all had that touchdown, or whatever, you talking about a whole different game. Now maybe it hurts. He has to do a game-winning drive. So, yeah, that's it right there. How you feel about y'all defense compared to the Eagles defense, Rece?
To be honest, I feel like it's a little even to me. I even may give us the nod for real. I feel like the Eagles, their holes in the secondary is a big problem, more than the Cowboys have holes in our defense. I feel like we've done a lot better stopping the run coming off the bye week after that 49ers game. We played against the Chargers with Eckler coming back. We virtually stopped their run game. Their run game was non-existent that game. Came into this game against DeAndre Swift, a team who's when they run the ball against teams that, you know, they're liable to get 100 yards rushing every game, to be honest with you. And we virtually slowed their rushing attack a lot. So if you really look at our defense, there's not a lot of holes that we have that I'm saying, dang, like, I'm worried about this. Like, if I look at the Eagles defense after this game, I'm worried about our back end because CeeDee Lamb just almost touched 200 yards in the game. Like,
Jake Ferguson almost went for 100. Crazy.
yeah, like that's unacceptable when you think about that. The only thing that I can say that's a very big problem for the Cowboys is that we play careless football and get those dumb penalties that you talk about. Like, a lot of those penalties is on us. Like, I really can't look at the rest for most of the penalties and say, dang, like, that's kind of some BS. Nah, like, most of the penalties, it's our fault. Like, we play dumb football at times. We sometimes play a little undisciplined, and that's what helped y'all eventually win the game because early on we had a lot of those dumb penalties.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's on us. So, but if I'm going defense for defense, I think I like our defense at this moment a lot better.
I feel like, well, if you feel that way, then that's just a compliment of the Eagles offense because they was going up and down the field with ease. And I feel so much better about this offense compared to what it was in the beginning of the year when we were struggling against the Patriots. And now we're dropping almost 30 balls almost every week now. So that's something that I knew it would take some time. We've been on Brian Johnson. We've been calling him Brian QB Draw Johnson. And every time in the red zone, we can't convert. Well, this game showed that this offense, even though it wasn't even at its full potential because the running game wasn't on it, and that was to my surprise because I promise you, I swore DeAndre Swift was about to go off, bro. I even had him for a touchdown. I was inches away. I was inches away from that, John. Hey, pro tip: if you gamble, I ain't saying to gamble, but go ahead and put that Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. You'll get it 95% of the time because they're gonna do the tush push. That move is unstoppable. And this ain't a topic. I said to get this out the way. The NFL better not ban the tush push. They can't. It doesn't ruin the game. You can't get mad because one team does it better than everybody else. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. And this tush push, whatever, Beverly shove, whatever you want to call it, that's gonna be the reason if the Eagles win the Super Bowl. That's gonna be the primary reason because we're literally going 4th and 1 and going for it on the first drive of the game in our own half. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy. We went for it, and I'll give Nick Sirianni his credit because he's not afraid to make a big call. Mike McCarthy, he be scared sometimes. He be real scary sometimes.
Hey,
not trusting Dak. Not trusting Dak.
Mike did his thing today. I ain't gonna lie.
Today, but in the past, it's been times where y'all had some 4th downs where it was like, do you trust Dak or not? Like, I mean, let's go ahead. So I like the fact that Nick Sirianni, he trusts his guys, he trusts the offense. He's like, hey, I'm gonna rock out with y'all if we win, if we lose, whatever. But it was another thing that I thought was a real concern for your offense. And this is why, although Dak played great, do I think that it's sustainable to have Dak throw the ball over 40 times and in the future for him not to turn over the ball and play this well? I don't think it's sustainable. So I think the biggest concern for y'all is the run game and Tony Pollard. Where the hell has he been at? Where has he been at? Where's the run game at?
Hey, I'm on record saying TP isn't a number 1. Let me tell you though, Tony Pollard showed the hell up today. And the stat sheet in the box score won't say it. The stat sheet in the box score will tell you that Tony Pollard had 12 carries for 51 yards. It won't tell you that Tony Pollard had a big game or anything of the sort. But when we needed him to get us 4 yards, to get us 5 yards, he did it. And Tony Pollard hasn't done that all year. Tony Pollard averaged 4.3 yards per carry today. I think that might be the first time he's averaged over 2 or 3 yards a carry all season. Tony Pollard averaged 4 yards per carry today. And I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him because today, when his number was called, hey, he got us a good 4. I'm looking at it like, hey, there go Tony Pollard with the burst of speed that we've been looking for. He had a good.
I feel like the expectations are so low. It's like you'll take anything. It's still 73 rushing yards for the whole entire game.
Yeah, I mean, but when Dak has a game like that, you don't take the ball out of Dak's hands is where I think that like what I'm saying is if we'd have given the ball to Tony 8 more times and he had 20 carries, like he's borderline 100 yards. I think honestly, the way he was running the ball today, he's borderline 100 yards if he gets 20 carries today.
Well, y'all did a better job in the first half of controlling the time of possession because that's the way that you beat the Eagles. You take the ball out of Hurts' hands, out the offense hands, and you play keep away with them. So in the first half, that's what y'all did. Second half, you ain't do that.
But what I'm saying is Tony Pollard was a part of that today. For the first time all season, I felt like Tony Pollard was actually a part of our offense and a complimentary part of our offense. Like I just said, if you get the ball to Tony Pollard 8 more times and he has 20 carries today, he's borderline 100 yards, I think. Go ahead, Rece.
I feel like our run game, it really isn't, especially speaking on Tony Pollard. I don't feel like it's a major concern. Now, I'm a big Tony Pollard fan. I'm probably the biggest Tony Pollard fan you'll probably meet. But my issue comes with this. As far as our run game, if we know that Tony Pollard is struggling all season, number one, we try to run him as a running back that could run in between the tackles all game. And yeah, at times he may be able to do that. But if we're being completely honest, he works his best outside of the tackle box. When we give him the ball outside to the outside of the field, that's where he's going to do his damage. That's where he makes people miss. That's where he shows his speed. That's where he shows his burst. Now, when we know that he's struggling like that, we have to get more creative in the run game. Like, to me, I'm a big fan of whenever DBs is playing 5-10 yards off of CeeDee Lamb, give him a quick screen. That's going to serve the same purpose as a run. Because if we run the ball with Tony, we're going to get about 3 to 4 yards on the first down anyways, right? We get a 1st and 10. We have a DB playing 10 yards off of CD. Why not throw a quick out? It's going to be the same difference. We may even get more yards, to be honest with you. So I feel like to service our run game, per se, we should get a little bit more creative. But I'm a Tony Pollard fan, so I'm a stick with him. I'm gonna ride him out. Like that's my dog. So like I hope like as the season progresses, he finds his rhythm a little bit more. But I wouldn't say it's a major concern though. I don't think it's a major concern because going into this game, I expected our run game not to be as great since we're going against the Eagles. I actually just wanted us to get those timely runs, as Kobe was saying. Like when we needed him to get those yards, he got them for us, and that's really all I could ask out of today. As long as he got us ahead of the sticks and not behind the sticks, I was cool with it. To be honest with you, I was cool with it. So,
but and the whole point is that we wasn't doing that the whole season. Like the whole season, we haven't been getting those timely like 4-yard runs. Like he had a very big 3rd and 3 run or something, 3rd and 1 down there on the other side of the field. Like he actually showed me today that we might be okay in the run game. Like we might be.
Heck no. I feel like your expectations was at rock bottom. And because he showed you a little spark, it was like, oh, well, we're working with something now. Like, bro, this is the same guy. Like you could have still had Zeke. You was like, no, this guy, the future for real. Zeke too old. He worn out. He's not the same player he once was. So when you play, like I just don't think it's sustainable. Dak had an amazing game. Probably his best game all year. Real rap. Probably his best game all. No, not probably. This was Dak's best game all year.
This was, for sure.
Facts. But to win and for it to be sustainable, to get to the NFC Championship, to get to the Super Bowl for y'all, is being as unbiased as I can be. Your run game got to be better than that for you to be Super Bowl contenders, real Super Bowl contenders.
But
But what
this is
you
what we're
about to
talking about.
say?
I was about to say we talking about this in week 8, and this is the best. This is the best that Tony Pollard has played. So we talking about like
I give you that. I give you that.
we got 9 more weeks to figure out how the hell to get Tony Pollard involved in our offense. And like we looked at our schedule, like we can get Tony Pollard involved against these teams that we got coming up. The teams that we got coming up, we can get Tony Pollard involved. And there's not a better day, there's not a better game for Tony Pollard's confidence than the one that we had today. We've played lackadaisical defenses that he couldn't get no type of momentum on. But today he had very timely runs against the best D-line in the league, against a team that literally plays an empty box because they feel like their D-line is that good that they don't even need their linebackers in rush protection. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all play an empty box because y'all's D-line is that damn good, right? So if that's the case and the D-line is that good and we coming into this week like I don't know what Tony gonna do because we got to go up against that crazy Eagles D-line. And then he has the timely game that he has, which wasn't a big game. It wasn't the craziest game that he's ever had by no means. But he just had very timely runs that was like, okay. And his burst, the biggest thing for me was his burst of speed was there today. Like I seen Tony Pollard hit the hole today better than I've seen him do all season. Like it was crazy. Like a couple of his runs, I seen him take the ball from Dak and like he was there. I'm like, whoa, he runs a little bit today. So, we'll see.
Wanna shift it back to my guys. My Jersey namesake, my favorite player in the game, probably my favorite Philly sport athlete, Jalen Hurts. Now look, hear me out. The Eagles are 8-1. Best record in the league. Better than the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Ravens. Name whatever team. We got a better record than them. Oh, and our quarterback, he's got 15 passing touchdowns. He's got 7 rushing touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Should Jalen Hurts be the front runner for the MVP? I think yes. Number one, the original front runner should not be in the conversation. Tua, if I ever see Tua Tagovailoa in the MVP conversation, I'm going to lose my mind because it should be Tyreek Hill before him all day. So they're nipping that in the bud, and I'm glad that they lost to the Chiefs, the Dolphins, and Tua because his MVP case should be nipped in the bud. They lost to the Bills. They lost to the Eagles, lost to the Chiefs. All the good teams, all the great teams y'all face, you ain't beat them. I'm thinking of somebody else. You could say Lamar. I ain't mad if you say Lamar. I ain't mad at that at all. But do you think that I feel like Hurts, like right now, like the way that he's playing, especially after that Jets game, he's turned the corner to be the quarterback that we knew him to be last season. And the throws that he's making, he's not a AJ Brown merchant. He's going ahead and distributing the ball around to everybody else. Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith the other week, Julio Jones had a touchdown. So he's spreading the ball around, getting everybody they touches. I feel like with the Eagles, with the best record in the league, Jalen Hurts should be in that conversation. It's either Hurts or Lamar. If it's not Lamar, I don't want to. I don't want to hear it.
To be honest, man, I may have hurt a couple feelings with this. Now look, if Hurts is the front runner, I'm not mad at it because we all know the MVP it goes to the best quarterback on the best team that's playing the best, right? And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at Hurts being the front runner right now. But if we're being completely honest, though, like man to man, like I'm like being completely honest. Hurts, if we look at this year and last year, obviously Jalen Hurts is not playing as good as he was last year, right? If we're going off stats, we're going off a play style, whatever you want to say. I think Hurts last year, I actually feared Hurts when we played against him. I'm like, man, like he's not making many mistakes.
You don't fear Hurts? You don't fear him now?
Scary. But going into this game, I honestly was not. I was more scared of AJ Brown than I was scared of Jalen Hurts, which leads me to my point. I like, this is gonna ruffle some feathers, but I like Tyreek Hill better as an MVP candidate more than Jalen Hurts. I like, to be honest, if I'm really trying to stir some animosity right now, I would honestly say either Lamar or CMC, I like them as my MVP vote better than Hurts. Because when we played the 49ers, I'm scared of Christian McCaffrey. I'm scared of him. He's gonna do all that to us. Hurts is not the same as last year. It's not that mistake-free football.
I can't do. They lost.
I don't know,
straight.
man.
They can't. They lost 3 straight.
Now that's why I said, as of right now, I'm not mad at it. Because as I said, best team in the league, quarterback, he's playing well. Cool. Yeah. Understandable. Cool. But who's more valuable to their team? I could damn near make a case that AJ Brown should probably be a little bit higher than Hurts as far as MVP, because he's playing out of his mind.
The reason why I can't say that it's AJ is because what is the play that the Eagles are infamous for? The tush push, the brotherly shove, whatever you want to call it. That play is only possible with one quarterback in the league. The one guy that can squat, 700 plus pounds. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, but that play is only possible with Jason Kelce too.
I feel like that play is
he can't have teammates. What's going on?
I feel like that play is possible in the Eagle system. Because if you look at it, I always say this. There's the brotherly shove, and then there's the tush push. The Eagles run the brotherly shove. That's the way you're supposed to run it. We ran it. We tried to do it against y'all, the tush push.
Yeah.
And it damn near didn't work, if we're being honest with you, right? So I feel like if we're running it the way the Eagles run it, the way however Nick Sirianni coaches it, however Jason Kelce tells the quarterback to do it, I feel like Marcus Mariota can do it, to be honest with you.
Hell no.
I feel like he can do it, to be honest with you.
Hell no.
I was shaking my head because it's crazy, like the efficiency in which it's run is crazy. But I honestly, it has a good amount to do with Jalen Hurts, bro. But like Jason Kelce, like
he's first ballot, the best center, the best center of this decade. No, he bull.
That guy.
What's that on the MVP combo and all that? You mean?
I'm going Lamar. Lamar once again for another year was doing less with more, or doing more with less. I mean, sorry. Mixed up my words there. Lamar's doing more with less. I mean, he has a broken down, beat up Odell Beckham Jr., Rashad Bateman. Like Rashad Bateman is damn near his number one. Like like Jalen Hurts has been playing great. He's been playing great-ish. Like he's been playing very good, I will say. He's been playing very good. I don't think I'm going as far as to say Jalen Hurts is playing great. Like he's playing very good. I don't know about great though. And it's honestly like, yeah, he didn't have
22 total touchdowns.
He didn't have, bro, but y'all, he has like, how many turnovers does he have in total? Because you don't talk whenever we do this, you don't talk about his total turnovers. You say he has 8 interceptions. How many turnovers does he have in total?
Hold up.
Because he got like 8 fumbles, don't he?
He got 8 interceptions, which is the same as Mahomes, but he got I'm pulling this drawing up real quick. You keep talking while I find this.
All right, so I'll say this because honestly I didn't think about it till you just said it. But the Mahomes thing, he has 8 turnovers or 8 interceptions, which is the same as Mahomes. Mahomes is out there throwing to anybody. He has Travis Kelce.
Jason, Travis Kelce is one of one. He is.
He's one of one himself. The rest of those guys are not one of one. None of them are one of one. They're okay, mid-tier wide receivers. None of them are wide receiver ones on any other team. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is any wide receiver over there in Kansas City a wide receiver one on any other team?
No, sir. No.
Okay. So Jalen Hurts has the same amount of interceptions as Patrick Mahomes, who has been trying to figure out who the hell he can throw the ball to each week in and week out. We know who Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball to every week. AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, like I don't know. There's a lot of guys doing less with more.
He only got 2 fumbles.
Huh?
Hurts.
He only got 2 fumbles?
Yes.
Okay. So he has 10 turnovers in total.
Yeah, I'd be like,
okay. All right. It feels like a lot more. It feels like a lot more fumbles than that. I know as an Eagles fan, it probably does too.
No, I don't. I was a little bit surprised when I saw it too.
Yeah, like you over there scratching your head, like I don't know if this is correct or not.
It's probably because they're not lost fumbles. They probably got them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had one today.
Yeah.
Recovered that. He ain't lose it today. They got it back.
Nonetheless, though, I'm going Lamar. Lamar is doing more with less. And that defense over there in Baltimore is still stout, but it's not the same defense that it's been for all of Lamar's tenure.
I'm not gonna
pretty
lie.
Good. It's pretty good.
It's very good, but it's not the same. It's
like
not
today, Lamar. I mean, he was mad. I mean, he wasn't mad, but he said something on the gram. He was like, I know y'all fantasy managers mad at me because they blow these guys out, and he ain't have a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown. I mean, like, you feel me?
Yeah,
his defense is.
They ran for like what 300 plus and had three.
They be
had 3. Yeah, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. But yeah, I'm going Lamar.
I ain't mad at it. I'm saying that I'm gonna say Hurts is my. It was originally Lamar, but Hurts today, again, coming back from, we was making jokes in the chat about, they must have injected something in his leg or whatever. I know he was going through that adrenaline, so I'm a little bit nervous about, it's going to be a little sore tomorrow, but for him to even come back and still not skip a beat, I mean, he is 101 right there. So shout out to him. But I feel good, man. I feel good, with this episode ending. I just feel like, again, just like how y'all got some things to retool, we got some things to retool as well. But it's important to know, and we said this on Thursday. But there's a lot of teams that they peak early in September. They peak early October when it's 60 degrees. It's not very cold. It's your hands ain't frozen and all that. The games aren't as physical. So you should look at the Dolphins, who they can't beat a great team to save their lives, but they can beat down on the bad teams. I've been on record, and I will say it again. I would rather my team beat teams in close games, whether they're good, they're great, or bad, than blow teams out and, not experience having a tough game. That's why I feel like the Eagles were prepared when y'all marched down the field after all those penalties and was like, well, we've been there against the Patriots. We've been there against the Commanders twice. We've been there, against the Dolphins too for a little bit. So we've been in those close games. We know how to respond. So that's something that I love about the Eagles. Still haven't reached their peak yet, but I think after this bye week, it's about to be up. It's about to be up. But no, Rece, I appreciate you for coming on the episode for first time. It's definitely not gonna be the last. Let everybody know just where your links are to your podcast and yeah, and all that.
For sure, man. It's RJ's Playbook. On Instagram, it's RJ's Playbook, man. We almost close to 200 subs, man. Make sure I go click that link. It's all in my bio. Follow that, man. Show me some support, man.
Go do
Thank you
that.
for having me on there, man. You know, always love talking to y'all about football.
Sure. Kobe, what you been up to? You you was on TNT and all that.
Yeah.
What's the vibe? What's the vibe?
You know, working, man, working. You know what we do. Football season over though for us. It was crazy. It was crazy. Like we beat Clark yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
I wish I was at that. Oh, I wish I was there, bro.
AFC champs.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
But that was great. You know what I'm saying? But
Basketball.
the basketball season, you know what I'm saying?
That's another thing. I ain't gonna lie. Might have to bring the twins back on this year.
Yeah.
They put up 75 on Tech. I'm like, dang, hold up. They about to be nice.
They got a crazy the Twins got a crazy green light over there. That's a whole different conversation for another day.
Whole another day. But again, appreciate y'all. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. This is Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where we always keep it real. We out, y'all.